Well, here we are getting ready to start on the John Muir Trail at the Lyell Fork of the Tuolumne River. And it's an absolutely beautiful day. Couldn't pick perfect weather. And it's about 80 degrees right now. And traffic's been real light. There's hardly any people on the trail. And looks like the fish are jumping. So we're going to have a really good hiking day. This is our first little bridge crossing. So we're on the John Muir Trail. We just left Tuolumne Meadows and we've got about 5.5 miles to go for our campsite for the night. We're going to be following the Lyell Fork of the Tuolumne River. And right now we're just trekking through the woods here to get to the canyon. So I'll be filming along the way, let you know how the trail is. Alright, we've reached the Lyell Fork at last, and it's quite a sight. Very beautiful, rushing over the rocks here. And Andy couldn't help himself, but he's got a fish here for a little while to see what he can catch. There's some trout jumping around out there. Oh, did you catch one? I think we're only about 1.5 miles from the campsite where we're going to be for the night. So we decided to take a little break here. The water's just beautiful. The mountains up above us.
What? Moving in like sharks.
Yeah. Like sharks. So we're going to continue on downstream. Well, this is just one incredible vista after another. It's just incredible down here. It definitely looks like bear country though. I think we're about 8,800 feet. And getting later in the day, we're getting closer to our campground though. So maybe that'll be the next stop. Well, it's about 1:30 a.m. and we're trying to chase off a bear from the campsite. He's over by our bear canisters, putting them to the test. And it's a huge bear. I don't know if you can see it from the... I'm videotaping this, of course. And he's a pretty big bear. He doesn't seem to be afraid of our noisemakers at all. So we'll keep an eye on things here. I don't know if this is coming out on this video. But to be continued. Well, here we are beginning day 2 of our backpacking hike. We had a little bear encounter last night, but it went all right. He just sniffed around and rumbled through a few things, but figured out he couldn't get into much, so just kind of sauntered his own way. He wasn't scared at all of us. We banged on pots and pans and made a bunch of noise, but he just left when he felt like leaving. But they're just looking for snacks. So now we're continuing on down to the next fork where they're going to spend the night at a little campsite. And we probably have more people. This is a Friday, so we're probably going to have some more people hiking in today. Have more company. We were all alone last night on the trail up here. A few people we saw even hiking at night after about 9-10 o'clock last night. But I'm headed south right now. Looking straight ahead, it's about 6 or 7 miles up to Donahue Pass. We're at about 8,900 feet. And I believe that passes, I don't know, 10,500 or 11,000 feet. So it's a bit of a climb. So we're just gonna go up to the base of it, and that's about as far as we're going on this trip. We don't have that much time, and we're following along the Lyell Fork. Right here, it's absolutely beautiful water, super crystal clear. So hopefully we're gonna catch some fish and stuff today. So on to the next one. Beautiful day for hiking. It stays warm during the day, but gets pretty cold at night. I don't think it dropped below freezing or anything though. And today it's Friday, about almost 11. We're just sort of taking our time getting to the next campsite. And normally this time of day I'd be sitting in my office cubicle staring at a computer. But right now I can't think of anywhere I'd rather be. Because it was worth the wait to come here. It's an incredible place. I think I'm going to nickname it Shangri-La, because it's kind of got a little of everything here. And the trail, as you can see, is pretty darn easy. Level anyway, but my body's still kind of breaking into the elevation. I'm not quite acclimated yet. So it's harder than it looks if you just drive up here and start hiking. You got to kind of take that into account. But I think after about a day and a half, our bodies will start catching up and be a lot easier to breathe, have more oxygen in your system. So on to the next leg. Well, here we are spending the afternoon, kicking back, following along the Lyell Fork. And it's been gorgeous all day like this.
Little bird or a squirrel get on this string?
And I'm going to be sitting here getting ready to do some watercolors. My little field kit I just bought. And I got my little watercolor tablet, my pens, and getting some water right out of the river to paint with the water from the same river I'm going to be painting a picture of. And that's my nephew Andy and his wife. They're going to be doing some fishing. And we've seen a few hikers up and down the trail. Today's Friday, so some people are coming in from the Bay Area, I think, and are coming down from the high country. So there'll be more people than we saw the last day or two. That's all right. They seem like friendly people. Right. This is a little waterfall I found here along the fork. I don't think it has a name, just one of many waterfalls on this hike. Cascading over the granite. And we read that the water has got a greenish tint because it's coming off the glaciers. And the glaciers grind up the rock underneath of it, and it creates like a glacial powder or flour that makes the water look kind of greenish in places. So it's just beautiful, incredible sight. And I've been watching different hikers along the trail, and some of them are carrying these massive 70, 80 pound packs. And I can't help but think about John Muir, who used to just walk around in an overcoat and old street shoes and grab a pack of crackers and head up in the mountains for a week. They didn't have any of the fancy equipment we have or anything, but they had a lot of guts to take on the mountains with pretty primitive shoes and whatever they had. Just wrap a coat around yourself and no tent or anything. So I think I'm going to get into the minimalist camping. This is about the size of the pack I'd like to be carrying right here. I think this weighs about 20 pounds, something like that. That's just about right. None of those massive joint crushing 80 pounders. They're just take all the fun out of it, I think. So that's what I'd like to say about this, is I think people should do more with less and enjoy the scenery more instead of marching like a bunch of crazy people like they're headed off to work. We're in enough hurry in our lives already, so take it easy when you're on the trail and stop and look around at things. That's it.